Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Monsieur. I thought I'd come and say hello to utilize this time. We're moving into this 12-12 portal. There's so much that will be changing for those videos. I've been doing it for years in this model, more or less, and it's all going to be changing. I'm going to change my subject matters, and but since I thought I'd do one more video today, what we're seeking is really to discover this magic, this power, this magic power to manifest our thoughts into things. And so we're moving into a time where in the fourth dimension where the magic will be manifested. But the best way to go about it is to seek out small, very small thing in daily life that we can practice this magic if no one else can see it yet. So it's about practicing, seeing the possibility, and then become comfortable with the small magical happenings, and then move on to more confident, bigger things, to allow the God's magic to operate in relationship to the highest will of all, to not condition the outcome, but to work from intention. So it's good to start small and to grow bigger. For what we seek is to have ownership of our body, but we do not have ownership. It's a loan. We're like renting it for 100 years. But if we were owner of our body, we would never get sick. We would never get old. We would always live in total ecstasy. But it is a loan that is very practical. Once we move into this alignment with our emotional, our mental, our physical, and astral body, we'll become more we'll own this light body, which will be far more expansive. For this physical body is just a root, and the light body is like the tree that emerged from the seed. And so this will unfold as when spirits see that we are ready for it. We have been paying so much attention to the outer world. The whole world is focalized on what's going on outside in the world and in other people's business, when actually life will always take care of itself. And so it's just about tuning out all this distraction from the outside world, no matter how built up they may be, in order to tune into the inner world and see what's really going on, to go into this seat of empowerment within ourselves, where everything is fine, and from there we'll be able to return into the world. For emotions, it's like an ocean. It's like a great ocean. We're moving from duality into unity, and so we begin to float into this ocean, this great ocean of consciousness, this great cosmic ocean. And so as we move there, we come to realize that our emotions, sometimes there is high tide and sometimes there is low tide. It means that when we are elevated into ecstasy, it's usually we are being drained back into the sea afterwards. So it's about getting used to those tides, and not to allow ourselves to be distracted by the ups and downs of life as much as possible, and to understand that within the ocean there are currents, there are cold currents, there are warm currents. We have to navigate them all, and there is great depths that we can explore. Yet it's like if we sink too much, too deep, then we become blind. And so it's about letting go of the weight that can hold us in the bottom, and then naturally we re-emerge into the surface. But we're going to be able to navigate, to be the wholeness navigator, to navigate all the flows of consciousness as we grow into the light body. I wanted to address the idea of sentimental love. Sentimental love is wonderful. It is a wonder. It's one of the greatest gifts that we have, but it is still pale in relationship to true love, which is unconditional love, which is non-sentimental. It is a light frequency, a vibration that is always there, and that is what we want to connect to, because from there everything can unfold gracefully from there. This unconditional love will lead us to higher octaves of love as divine love. And so we want to connect, to know that it is our true nature, and not to be dependent on somebody else for love. When you speak, people talking about love on television, they're talking about sex, and it's not. Love and sex are two different things. But sentimental love is connected to this. To romance, but in a sense we want to move into this unconditional love, to this true divine love, and then from there we'll be able to expand. But it's not about being sentimental, because every time there is a spirit is not sentimental. The soul is not sentimental. It's got a plan, and it will fulfill it no matter what we have to go through. And so we want to do as much as possible to align with that. I'm going to pull a few cards to see what guidance we may get for today. The highest wisdom is destiny. We are being ready, being prepared to move into our destiny path. And we already are on our destiny path. What we need to understand is communication. It is important to be ready to communicate. In essence, the astrology is very important because what you communicate is connected to how you communicate through the filters of perception of astrology. And in my chart, I have my midheaven in Sagittarius, so that sometimes it could mean that I want to bring in truths to people that are not ready, but it's part of my role. I accept these filters. Sometimes I bring about ideas that are a little bit forward, that are somewhere will come into the collective consciousness only in the future, but it's my role to bring about to bring about ideas that are not being discussed just yet. What we need to do is abundance, is to live in abundance, to be abundant, to have all the flows of abundance that flows into our life. And the outcome is the judgment. It is the will of God. The end, there's going to be an intervention from the divine. For the God is all powerful. When He wants something, it happens. It's not. But so we want to be contemplative as much as possible, to step into the back seat of our life and to allow this higher intelligence, this higher consciousness to guide the flow of our life. Or if we want to find this ascension, this liberation, we have to let go of the story and a tale told by an idiot. I'm not sure if it was Macbeth or Shakespeare. Or Hamlet in Shakespeare, but this story that we tell ourselves, we have to be able to trust and let go of it in order to be free for the ascension. I also wanted to talk about contacting the logos. The logos are higher beings of light, that are divine beings of light. We do not know them yet, but the highest logos and the side of paradise would be the Mother Sophia, the great Mother Spirit, the Father, Yahweh, Adonai, and the Great One, Allah. And those are the highest logos that we want to fuse and become one with and draw energy from. But there are countless other logos that are here, that are created, divine beings that were created to fulfill certain function. They are the manifested personalized consciousness of planets, of stars, of galaxies, such as Helios and Vesta for the sun. They are the solar logos. Lord Melchior, or the galactic logos, or Lord Melchizedek, the universal logos. We want to connect and draw our energy from those beings, those great higher beings. They will not be disturbed by our communication, and they will be able to exchange energy as we communicate with them. On the planetary logos right now, there is the Lord Sanat Kumara, who come from Venus, to hold that function of planetary logo, or Lord Kutumi, or Lord Buddha. They are planetary logos. We want to contact with them. They are friends. Approach them as friends, as real people. And I also wanted to say that we are constantly bombarded by gamma ray energy that come from the universe, and we do not know. Soon we're going to make peace among ourselves, and we're going to open our eyes to what surrounds us in space. We'll be given technologies that will allow us to explore space, that will be much more safe and much more comfortable as well. For now, we're still too brutal to be given too advanced technologies. We have a tendency to militarize everything we get in order to dominate and oppress other people. So until we come to this maturation as a society, but very soon there is all this expurgation. The world has been expurged from this dark group of souls that have controlled the world, that have made the world. Once those are removed and the technologies that they use right now are stopped, the climate will settle down. The society will settle down. We just need to allow this removal to happen with grace and ease. It's a slow but progressive story. And so the idea is those gamma rays are activating from the sun, is activating our ascension, is activating our DNA, is opening up memory of frequency, consciousness that give us access to consciously to other dimensions for this 12-12. Invite yourself to visit whatever frequency, dimension you're comfortable with. But those gamma rays are also here to activate all kinds of sacred portals and sacred chambers within the earth that are being reactivated, that will be instrumental in creating this fifth dimension hologram that we're moving towards. And so we want to be in gratitude for all that is to come. Behind me, the painting is this one is a cactus Christmas tree. And maybe put some presents for Christmas just on the bottom. And it says happiness, joy, freedom, wisdom, peace, kindness, compassion, truthfulness, goodness, gentleness, patience, courage, and hope. Those are the Christmas gift we want, and this is really what we want. And happiness, joy, freedom, wisdom, peace, goodness, kindness, compassion, truthfulness, gentleness, patience, courage, and hope. If we get that, then we'll be the more we have of that, the happier we will be. Yeah? And this is an astrological self-portrait that is, for we all have all those planets within our charts in all constellations. There are many small planets that are very essential, very powerful. And I'm going to sing a song and pull one more card. It's a song that I think it was Elvis Presley that sang it. It's an old song, finished in music. It goes like this. Maybe I didn't treat you quite as good as I should have. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I could have. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Maybe I didn't hold you all those lonely, lonely times. And I guess I never told you I'm so happy that you're mine. If I make you feel second best, girl, I'm sorry I was blind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Tell me that your sweet love hasn't died. Give me one more chance to keep you satisfied. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. But you are always on my mind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. Beautiful song. It's about regret, but it's never too late. Never too late to change something. We came here to do that. We have this power of creation. We can change anything within our life. The card of the day is the King of Raphael. Warm, generous, honorable, and refined. Yes, you can trust. Capacity to accomplish many things at once. Give free range to your artistic passion. So it's very creative time. I hope you enjoy it. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. And I hope you enjoyed this great portal of 1212 that you will be free to explore other parts of the universe, of yourself, and discover those new energies that will be able to reintegrate within our physical body in this comfort of home within the heart, and to be fully empowered for this 2020 years that is coming up. Thank you very much. Namaste.